So we've been proving points forever. Like, even with the Isla project, it wasn't that I was like, I always said it, well, if I win by myself, I'm gonna win. If I lose, I'm gonna lose by myself. You know, I was kind of like, I know a lot of people not gonna like this. I was like Nick Saban. I had big nuts on that situation. You know what I'm saying? I dropped the album and it went platinum. No features. No features. And who's selling music? In a time when it was so difficult to sell music, all praise be to the Most High God for that.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't me.
Yeah.
So I say all praise be to God for that.
You and Drake had the most successful years, and I keep mentioning him because people use him as a barometer to monetary success, if you will. And but I don't think people realize that you were right there in the pocket with that project. Another thing you mentioned, you said ask you anything. So
Ask me anything.
okay?
Hey, I'm an avid truth teller. A lot of people may not like this.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell the truth. And then, hey, if you don't like my truth, hey, like I tell anybody, I have an open door policy.
Yeah.
But no, with my open door policy, I believe that anywhere I go, I'm subject to whatever you try. But just know, I got a hands-off policy if I don't fuck with you like that. And then a lot of people say, well, you let certain people touch you and you don't let other people touch you. It's because of the energy. If you have bad energy, I don't want it on me. Please don't touch me.
So then that brings up, I saw the interview you did with Bootleg Cab and DJ Head, and people made a big deal because one of the DJ from the beat.
I was being respectful though.
Yeah.
I didn't get up and punch him in his shit.
Yeah.
If I'd have did that, they'd have said, look at him, he's a monster. All I asked him, I said, please, I said, I understand it may be interesting to you, sir, but please don't touch me again. Do I not have that right to tell you, please don't touch me again? If I do this to you, brother, and you say, Kevin, please don't touch me there again. You ain't gotta tell me what's wrong. What's wrong with your arm? You just had surgery. You just said, please don't touch me again. Hey, pardon the body, I apologize. Please forgive me. Pardon the body.
Yeah.
Because I'm not perfect. So I don't know why everybody, man, that's fucked up. He talking about somebody that can't touch you. You better not.
That's just your
Either we family or we not. I don't do in between.
Yeah.
I don't do soft politics. Like that, man, I'm gonna just be friends with him and be friends with him because it may put me in a great position. I don't care about that shit. I'm me.
That sort of thing travels around the internet, so through social media, which I find to be really frivolous. I don't really live my life by that. But I find it fascinating what people focus on.
And I can say one thing about the Shade Room and Baller Alert, they never paint me in a negative light. All the other celebrities, they punish them, but they never do that to me. I shout out to Shade Room, shout out to Baller Alert. They never paint me in a negative light. I'm talking about since I came in the game, they always supported me. They always supported me. Like they never play with me in a negative manner. So like I really salute them because that's rare when everybody was trying to kick me when I was down. I had a situation with a lady one time. First of all, I'm married, I'm married. The first time you touched me off camera, I kind of, I gave you some body language, but everybody can't read and write. Some people are spiritually illiterate. They can't understand that you don't like it wasn't the person, it was the energy. I'm so sensitive to energy because I'm real spiritual. So, and a lot of people say, you wiped your shoulder. I didn't wipe my shoulder. After she touched me, I was like, Bismillah, in the name of God. I had to use Bismillah. The energy wasn't right. I'm holy. I take 3, 4, 5 showers a day. You know what I'm saying? I like to be clean. I don't want negative energy on me. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm like this. I didn't make myself like this. That's just me. It's a privilege and a blessing to be able to touch me because my energy is so pure. Like, it's certain people that I've hugged I'm a healer, naturally. I could hug a person and make their whole day better.
I felt that when we hugged.
I'm gonna tell you something about you. First time I ever came to New York, Drika was with Cha, and she didn't have her hair done, and she just was herself. And you was the first person to ever acknowledge her and know that she was powerful. It wasn't that other people tried to downplay it. they just can't see it. They can't see it. But I would not be here right now if it wasn't for my wife. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, I'm sorry if I don't go around here treating every woman in the world like my wife. I'm sorry. Because you know, you not my queen. You somebody else's queen. And it's not to be disrespectful or anything like that, but, you know.
That's what it is.
My family, this is what it is.
That's what it is.
We family or we not.
We had a similar sensibility. We don't explore it a lot on camera, but I think sometimes things that are understood need not be explained. You know.
They don't, but it kind of hurt me when people paint this bad negative picture of me like, well, he's just this woman beater. How? How? I'm talking about this. I'm about to tell you some real shit. The girl, and I forgive her for this, cause I know deep down in her heart, it gotta be some goodness there.
Yeah.
It gotta be some goodness. But you know what you did. You know. My daughter was standing on the side of me, y'all grabbing. I moved my daughter to the back of the stage. I came back up there. You grabbing, you grabbing, you grabbing. I stopped and don't. Next thing you know again, you grab me, you grab me, grab me. When I threw the kick, it never connected with you. I played soccer my whole life. I'd have kicked your head off your shoulders. You never had a hospital report. They said my footage from the angle right here was impermissible. It wasn't even permitted in court. So you did, I mean, I ain't gonna say the system, I mean the powers that be. You know, one person's downfall is another person's come up. You gotta think, you gotta judge that somewhere way butt fuck wherever in the world, they never get into publicity, they never get no notoriety. I wanna be famous for being harsh on the rapper. I'm hard on crime. I'm gonna run for governor after this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta I look at it like that also, but don't bank your success and base your success off another person's downfall. That disrupted my whole life over a lie. Hey, whatever consequences come behind it, I accept it. Yeah. I accept it. That's like, even with that action,
you accepted the consequences.
I accepted the consequences. Yeah. You ain't hear me talking about, man, this injustice and all that. I don't do no crime. I'm a gangster. I don't do no complaining. I went back there and laid, and laid low. And then they got people on the internet talking about after the incident took place, he can't come back to Florida. I went back, which this was stupid. Yeah. Stupid, but just me. I went back to the next show and dove in the crowd again. Yeah, what's up? I'm living like that. Stupid mentality, foolish pride. Foolish pride. I jeopardized the bag. I mean, I was at the peak of my career. Well, I'm at a new peak. I'm about to reach a new plateau.
No, you're at a different plateau now.
A different plateau now. But I was at the peak of my career at that time. And all of that was jeopardized and put on hold for one bad decision. You know what that one bad decision was?
What was that?
I wasn't respecting myself. I wasn't respecting myself. Because if I had to respect myself, all I had to do was leave. All I had to do was leave, I'd have still had the bag.
Still had the bag. And less the problems.
But just being proactive, now it's a guardrail there. Now it's a barricade there. I don't do those type of clubs anymore. I used to like to do those type of venues because I'm like, you know, it's a small town. These people love me. And then the people there, they love me. I'm talking about the people in Polk County, they love me to death. They love me, like really love me. Man, they had so many people sending money to my books, sending me letters, sending me out, sending me everything they could send, they sent it, sending books, sending everything. And people love me. But it took me, I was taken away from my children. I was taken away from my wife over a lie. Nobody ever asked to see it from my side. But that come with knowing who I am. I understand that when I do something, the consequences are gonna always be different. When other people go to jail, they jump right out. Yeah. It's gonna be different for you, Kevin. You know why? Because you're one of the chosen ones and you know better. And so, because you know better and you have great power, it comes with great responsibilities. So that means when you do make an infraction or violation, your consequences are gonna be that much more severe. I now respect my situation. Yeah. Anybody else could throw paper out the window. I can't litter. I don't litter, I don't throw anything on the ground. You know why? Because it's not right. It's not right. So if I throw something on the ground today and later on I have police contact, they put me out the car and I go to jail, that was my karma for doing what I knew was wrong.
Right, yeah. I saw something recently, too, in regards to you. I saw Lil Boosie make a comment that I thought was really humbling. I don't know how you took it, but he talked about past discretions that it seemed like y'all teams had. And he said, man, I never had a problem with that, man. Him and I never had a problem, probably was people around us. And he said that publicly. And I think for a lot of folks, that kind of put out whatever flames they might have thought existed between you two. What was your thoughts? Did you see that?
I always supported him. I always supported Lil Boots as an artist. But I could say this, I'm not gonna allow the problems of my team to affect any problems that I'm gonna ever have with another individual. Because anybody that's under that's being governed, I govern with power, class, and authority. And I install that into all of my men. All of us speak to each other with the best of speech. We respect one another. It's a team effort with us. If I see one of my men getting out of line, I'm gonna politely whisper to him, hey, respect yourself. All he gonna tell me is, respect you also. We'll discuss the matter later in private. Sometimes I may get loose, I'm on one, I'm not. And somebody come, I get that whisper, hey, respect yourself. I respect you also, yes sir. And I'm gonna tighten back up, because it's a team effort. Because one represents all and all represents one. Anybody walking around with BWA and say they're a breadwinner, then you are representing me. You go slap somebody, that's a reflection of me. That's not you. And you gotta realize you can't jeopardize this body when you're doing that. Because we not going for that. We going for positivity. So I'm not gonna let the differences that my men with other men dictate my relationship with somebody else. And I commend him on being the same way.
Yeah.
I commend him on being the same way. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I thought that was too.
That was a boss move.
That wasn't it? And it was so natural.
It was a boss move.
Yeah, it was so real. And
I'm gonna be honest with you. Dude loved me to death. His mother loves me, his brother loves me, they love me to death.
I love hearing that. I'm gonna go back to Vouch, and then I'm gonna move to that Luca Brasi 3.
I'm loving this interview. Now we talking that shit.
Yeah, we talking that shit now.
We talking that shit.
And Vouch, you make a mention of Young Money.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure how the line went. Would you say Young Money's no longer not?
Young Money closed the door and ain't nobody won't sign me.
What's the history with
They
Young
was a regime.
Okay.
They was like the Roman Empire at one time. That was like, if you could be with any label, Young Money was the label to be with.
Okay.
And I was over there recording with these men, and I love these men to this day because I learned a lot from Wayne because he allowed me the opportunity to be in the studio while he was recording. And that was a beautiful situation. It was beautiful. I learned a lot. But like I say, a lot come with me and I require a lot. You know. I used to sit down and talk with Birdman. And when I talked with him, he'd tell me how he did this, got this out the mud, and got this and this. And I believe sometimes my ambition, sometimes it could be looked at as in a negative manner sometimes. You know, the situation was supposed to be, I was supposed to go over there and be in a group with an artist by the name of Gutter Gutter and another artist by the name of Young Flo. And I told, we had a disagreement because I was like, I'm not a group artist. I don't belong in no group. So the situation was supposed to be, this came out his mouth. He like, do the group here and you can go get however many single label deals you want. Just do the group here. I said, yes sir, I will. That's what I'm gonna do. Then the next meeting we had, he was like, all or nothing. Like, what you mean all or nothing? Like, man, I'm just saying, Kevin, if you're not over here, then you're not gonna really be able to go sign nowhere because any artists that wanna work with me, a label that wanna work with me, I'm gonna tell them that, hey, Kevin Gates, I don't like that guy. And if you wanna work with him and I don't wanna work with y'all and nobody's gonna work with you, this was, you told me this. I don't believe that you meant it,
yeah,
but you said it. And I took it to heart. And my ambition was so strong that I kind of felt like I was getting blackballed a little bit. I felt like I was being blackballed because every time I was ready, hey, come on, my lawyer, you ready? Let's do the business. It was always prolonging and holding out and this and this and that. So when Atlantic came, I was like, look, I got my own brand. I got my own brand. They was like, we love artists with their own brand. I sat down and told Mike Karen. He said everything that I wanted, and we instantly clicked. A lot of people say they don't like Mike Karen, but he's been nothing but honest to me, nothing but honest with me because of the way I conduct, because of my code of conduct, I know, you know. And we had a great working relationship.
You had a great record. Your relationship with Birdman now is what is it like now?
He loved me to death.
Love you to death.
Yes, sir.
He has to respect, mutual respect.
Well, I wouldn't have never did this if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna go over there and be a great artist, then later on start my own label. But he was like, man, I couldn't see me signing to nobody else. I had to stand on what I believe in. And you know, me and him born in the same month. We're Aquarius. Me and him are a lot alike. And that's who I gravitated to the most. I love talking to Birdman. Like a lot of people say that he this and he that, and I've never seen that. I've never seen nothing but a man with a big heart. That you might have made a few mistakes, but he has a big heart from what I seen. You know, I can't speak on what nobody else seen. You know, dude got a big heart though. Him and his brother.
Him and his brother, right? Slim. Okay, that's interesting. See, that particular song, I learned a lot of things that I've heard or that
This is my first time speaking on that with anybody.
Really?
First time.
I don't.
And I'm not dissing them. I'm not disrespecting them or nothing, but I've been in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and my wife distribute cocaine, what we used to. I've been in the streets. I always looked at it like I'm gonna make a big old bag. If I gotta go lay down, fuck it, my wife straight. My children gonna be straight, my family gonna be straight. And I told her, one time I went to jail in 13, we didn't lose everything, we damn near lost everything. Lost it. And the label was saying they was gonna drop me. They said they was gonna drop me from the label because it just wasn't making sense anymore. That's when we dropped that By Any Means.
The first one.
And my God.
Yeah.
My God.
That's why you dropped it too?
Yeah, by any means. I told him, man, drop me. Drop me.
Yeah. Was that probably the lowest point you have been?
No, sir. You want me to tell you the scariest moment?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. When Wayne sat there across that table with Mac Man, me and Fee sitting right there, and Wayne said, man, if you're not over here, you ain't gonna eat. Wait, he say, if you're not over here, you know what I'm gonna do you if you're not over here. I say, what? He said, I'm gonna eat you. You got to eat me, Dick. You got to eat me. That was the scariest moment in my life. That was the scariest moment in my life because I'm making a transition from being in the streets, and I hate to even name drop. I hate to speak on this shit.
Yeah.
But that was the scariest moment in my life when you a young artist, you trying to learn the game, you don't really know the game, and you got an artist that's at the top. I'm talking about the biggest regime in the game telling you that if you don't sign over here all or nothing, you ain't gonna sign nowhere. And I ain't gonna lie, it affected me. Cause after that, I went back to the hotel and just laid down. And Drake like, man, fuck all that, bitch, we gonna eat. We gonna eat. And when she said it, I said, yeah, babe, we gonna eat, fuck it. But you know, a lot of people don't know that. You don't get to see that side of Gates when, hey, I don't know what the fuck we gonna do, babe. Shit, I got to call the cartel. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I got to call him. Drake make the call. You know, I got to call him. You know what I'm saying? But shit, like I say, it was beautiful. I went against the grain. I defied the odds. I stood on what I believed in. And Breadwinners Association is one of the strongest labels in the game.
Yeah.
Without no cap, without no gimmicks.
Just straight
no
up.
Disrespect, you know. No disrespect to people that do the jury thing. You see how I rock.
Breadwinners Association, BWA.
Yes, sir.
And to me, I feel like what you guys are establishing.
Man, I even spoke on them people in a negative light.
I don't think it was a negative.
But it's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's what happened.
Yeah, it ain't, and I don't think, I would be surprised if anybody reacted to it in a negative way.
I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Yeah.
I don't care how they react to it.
Yeah.
You got to put my feet in the air. That's what you got to do to me. You got to put my fucking feet in the air. I'm talking about like this here. And go and put me in the ground. That's what you got to do to me. Because I stand for what I believe in. I stand for what's right. I've been ridiculed a lot by certain artists. I ain't gonna say their names, but I've allowed artists to come on tour with me for free, didn't charge them anything, allowed them to open up. I allowed them to utilize my infrastructure to grow their fan base. And because I may not have did one thing that you wanted me to do when I did it, you get on the internet and go crazy. Hey, but guess what? I never respond to you because I don't partake in folly, frivolous activity, irrelevant conduct. I don't partake in it. And for people that don't know what irrelevant conduct is, it's bullshit. I don't partake in bullshit. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Self-preservation is the law of the land. If I feel that you are an imminent threat to me, pressure will be applied.
Pressure will be applied.
Pressure will be applied.
BWA, is this, I watched the work you do with NBA Youngboy, right?
Yes, sir.
And man, I just feel like always come back to the culture. Because, and when I say the culture, with people, hip hop, street, the same, to me it's all intertwined in a sense. It's, to your point, it's a code of conduct that's behind it as well. I always appreciate people who take it upon themselves to give their energy, their guidance, their experiences up for free to somebody like that young man who's about to walk in the path.
I love him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I love him, I'm proud of him, and he needed me. And I'm glad that I was there for him at the time he needed me. I'm glad that God chose me to be able to be in his life at the time when he needed me. When the world was against him. I'm glad. I don't seek no reward. I told him, I seek no reward of you. I seek no reward of you from this. Because I like helping people. I like helping those that would appreciate the help. So I could say I love him, I'm proud of him, and there's nothing else really to even say about that because I want him to continue to just live life.
How did the relationship form? Is it because y'all come from the same, well he's from
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge,
but
right?
You know, like when me and my grandma, when we moved from New Orleans, we moved to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Yeah. And I grew up in Baton Rouge a lot too.
Okay, so that was the common connection?
Well, I don't want to speak on everything, but like I say, I told him, I say, look, just keep going hard with the music. Just keep going hard. And he was like, man, and a month later he was saying, but he was like, how you knew? Like I say, it's a lot I don't want to speak on, but I love him and I'm proud of him, and that's it. I want him to continue, because life is a journey.
Yeah.
So I want him to continue on his journey. That's all I want to say about him. I don't want to say nothing else about him.
You got a tattoo on him though, right? Did you get a tattoo?
Of him?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You don't want to talk about that tat though?
I will.
Okay. What was it about him? Like you can't tat everybody you love on your body, but for some reason.
No, I saw myself. When I see him, I see myself. Mm-hmm. You're not aggressive. It's just when you go through great pain and great hurt, it makes you aggressive. It makes you put the wall up. And that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's who I was. I was that individual at one time in my life. But I lived life at an accelerated pace, so I kind of matured a lot faster because I was living fast. But yeah, that's why, because I love him and I see him in the way that I see myself.